got to a point that I was so scared I was gonna lose like my culture, my heritage. It was.
So, Eunice, I'd like to ask you this question. You've been featured in many places, many organizations, and you're just 16. 17. You're going to be 17, right?
No, I'm already 17.
Oh, you're already 17?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my birthday,
January. Oh, yeah, I remember. So, how have you been able to do? Because I know it's not just last year. So for some time now with the program AWIF, you were featured in one exceptional person. Please tell us about that, and how are you able to do that as a young girl?
I don't know. I feel like ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to like participate in stuff, and I've always just hated being at it's not like I hate being at home, just I like to go outside and gain a lot of experience in different things. So I became a member of AWIF in 2023, I think, and I got really close to Miss Adebola because she's just an amazing woman and she really supported me. And anytime there was like an opportunity to like further my learning or to be like an advocate in the society, she always like sent it to me, and I always tried my best to participate in it. And I feel like that honestly gave me the courage to continue, because there are so many supportive people at AWIF, and every single one of them is like honestly kind and understanding. And if I'm doing something, they were always there to support me. So I feel like that having that support always gave me the courage to like keep on going. And I really appreciate that, because
wow. And again, I'm like, I see you doing things in the community. I'm like, oh, this girl is good. You know, are you not distracted?
like from school,
You have schoolwork, you have your other social engagements, other activities that you do. How do you manage to do all this?
to be honest, when I didn't have a job, it was honestly easier, like volunteering at AWIF. But like when I got a job, I honestly kind of moved away. But now I'm trying my best to like get back into volunteering. And I feel like there was just a point in my life where I was like, go. And I had like a strict schedule. I was like, okay, if I'm doing this from this time to this time, how do I balance my schoolwork and also like my sports and everything I was doing? So I had my calendar on paper, and I had a calendar in my phone that just had me like on a strict schedule. But now I feel like it's a bit more laid back. But eventually, I think I'm gonna start back again.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Ayomide. Share with us some of your experiences as an immigrant teenager in school. I know some time ago we've had some discussions in the past on some of the challenges that you have. So share with us, and how have you been able to overcome some of those challenges?
I want to say my biggest one is like my accent, for sure. I mean, like honestly, yeah. Like right now, like it's different. Like, you know, I'm speaking like, you know, white people accent and stuff. But when I switch it off, it's like, you know, people find it a little hard to understand what I'm saying, or what's it called? They think that it's like some kind of funny thing, but like it's genuinely just who I am, and like, you know, the way I speak. Like a couple days ago in class, me and my friends were playing a game, and I said a word in my accent, and everyone just started laughing.
Oh, so sorry to cut you. When you say your accents, which accents are you talking about?
Nigerian accent now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we were playing a game, and they just like, I genuinely just thought that's how I say the word, because like that's how I say the word. But they're telling me no, it's a different word. But I feel like that's one of my biggest challenges. Another one is just like being like an actual teenager and knowing that you're also like, you're a Black immigrant in, you know, a predominantly white country. Like it's very hard to like focus because like, you know, peer pressure and everything. And yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you these experiences, do they make you any less of yourself? Like, you know, when you feel people want you to maybe speak like them, but this is who you are. Yeah. By the way, when did you come to Canada? When did you?
I came when I was around 8.
Okay, 8.
I left Nigeria when I was 7. I stayed with my aunts and uncles in America for a year. Then I moved here, stayed in Toronto for maybe a year. Then I came to Sudbury, which is where I've been for the past 5 or so years.
Okay.
I came.
Yeah, go on.
I came to Canada in February 2020. Honestly, because we came right before COVID started, so everything that happened was honestly a blur. All I remembered was I eventually somehow ended up in Sudbury. I started going to school in Sudbury. That's it.
Okay, so you've been here for some time. Before you left, you were already in school, and then you had your own perspective of you had a knowledge of Nigeria, you had a knowledge of school system in Nigeria, right? So the difference between your knowing what school should be in Nigeria and what school is here, does it make so much sense to you?
I mean, at the beginning, it's never easy to like just blend in. Like, what made it easy was the fact we were young. We could just easily learn things, pick things up. But I'm just gonna say off my personal example, right? One big thing that was different for me were the teachers. They were so different. I came and I was so scared to do anything because over there you get in trouble, you get spanked, you get smacked, whatever. That's fine. We're used to that. And on this one, my mom had to talk to me about it for like 3 years before I could finally understand it. You have to make eye contact here. Back in Nigeria, I can't make eye contact with a teacher. They'll get so angry.
Oh, it's like you're being disrespectful.
Right?
Yeah.
So here I look down, the teachers be like, so you're being disrespectful. I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's opposites.
Opposites.
It's just weird. So for a bit I struggled with that. And then after, I got used to it. I finally learned how to switch. When I'm home, I'll talk in my original accent, Nigerian accent. But when I'm out, I understand, okay, this isn't exactly where, I can just be.
Does that put a lot of pressure on you? Because you have to change. When you're home, you have to speak this way.
Yep.
When you're at school, you speak this way. You want to also be able to communicate with your friends very well. Does that put a lot of pressure on you?
I mean, personally, a little bit at home, especially because, my mom wants me to keep my own, like, ethnicity, my culture and all that. Yeah. But when I'm out, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm not sure about your niece or them, but for me, it's fine.
For me, I think it's starting to blend the way I speak, because I don't even notice it anymore. I know when I first started going to middle school, I'm not gonna name it. When I first started going to middle school, I had to like always have it in my brain. Okay, I can't talk like this. I have to speak this way. But like I feel like the older I get, now I don't even realize it anymore. I just know my voice is different. Like I've had a few people tell me like white people, they'll be like, they'll understand me when I'm speaking to them, but the minute I start talking to my siblings, they don't understand what I'm saying. I'm like, I never realized it. Like it's just like second nature now, and I'm honestly used to it.
Honestly, I mean, like the accent is still a pretty like, I guess I want to say a little bit of a challenge. Like right now, not necessarily as it was when I was in like grade 6 to like grade 8. Like back then it was very hard for me because like sometimes even speaking to the teacher I would get corrected on what I'm saying, but like that's genuinely how I know how to say the word. But like no, they're like, no, that's not how you say the word. You gotta say it the way they're saying it so that they can understand you. But now honestly I think the problem is sometimes with my parents, like when I'm talking the way I am right now, they're like, okay, you're talking a little too fast, you gotta slow it down a little bit. But I'm like, that's just like that's how I'm adapted to it. But like nowadays, like especially when I'm angry, I switch it to Yoruba real quick.
Okay, so we'll come back to that Yoruba matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so talking about how you're switching from one way to speak into another, and your parents want you to keep your culture, the school wants you to speak like them, and all these things. How much are these things clashing in your brain? And do you speak your language at home? How often do you?
I want to say every day, but when I say every day, I want you guys to think in moderation. Like, I speak Yoruba, but not as much as you probably expect me to speak it. But for sure, every day. Every day.
Okay, and so who do you speak to?
My siblings, my parents, my friends.
So you speak or you are being spoken to in Yoruba? So there are two different
both
things.
ways.
So you actually communicate in it. Okay, nice.
I'd like to add on to that. Okay, so I grew up in Abuja, which there are Yoruba people, of course, but it's not really the majority that's spoken. So for speaking Yoruba, I am not fluent in speaking Yoruba at all. But if you speak Yoruba to me, I will understand you clearly. Right now, the only person I'm like actually speaking Yoruba to every single time is my grandma.
Okay.
Like she understands English, but she prefers speaking in Yoruba. So anytime I'm talking to her, it's pretty much just her I speak to in Yoruba. And my parents have obviously they've tried to teach me to like speak Yoruba better. They're like, oh no, for now we'll only speak Yoruba in the house. I'll be like, okay. 1 week later we're all speaking English. So that's never really worked for us. But like most times if you speak to me, I'll understand what you're saying. So I can't just speak Yoruba back.
Personally, I'm good with Yoruba because everybody I was with when I was in Nigeria growing up, they all just spoke Yoruba. Like, funny thing is, I only learned English because I watched this one show, Nat Geo Wild, all the time. And it was a British guy, so I just knew English, but mainly it was just Yoruba.
Okay.
So when someone speaks to me, I understand, I can speak it fluently. But when I first got here, it was kind of hard because I'd go to school, I'd speak English, I'd come home, I'd speak English still because I'm still in that mindset. My mom would like, speak Yoruba, speak this. She did the same thing as Eunice's parents. They were like, oh, from now on, we're only speaking Yoruba. We'll speak English. Let's be honest, we'll speak English. It got to a point that I was so scared I was going to lose like my culture, my heritage. It was bad. I couldn't speak. My grandparents would call, I'd try to speak to them. It'd be like, it would feel wrong when I was talking.
Yeah.
I was like my grandma, my grandpa, they know how to speak English pretty well, but they want me to speak Yoruba because my grandma taught me how to speak Yoruba mainly. So it was like, it hurt me a little that I was losing that. So I tried my best and I feel like I've been able to get close to that point where I can say I speak Yoruba.
So I kind of connect with you when you say it hurts a little. Does it hurt, like not being able to speak in Yoruba because you're here, you're expected to speak English? And I believe also parents are trying their best to make sure their kids speak their dialect. It's important, no matter how you want to say it. And you also have, you have the upper edge above the other ones because they only speak English, but you get to speak English and Yoruba.
Exactly.
And not just English and Yoruba, you get to speak Pidgin if you want to.
Yeah. I don't think I can speak Pidgin anymore. Generally speaking.
My grandma tried
Nobody can speak Pidgin.
I mean, I sort of can. Like, I do with my friends at school, but like, when I say it, it makes me, I don't know how to say it.
Like,
yeah, exactly. It feels corny.
Oh my god, the Pidgin that everybody is going around speaking now that they feel it, if you don't know how to speak Pidgin, you are cool.
It feels so corny.
So again, if you want to communicate codedly with your friends, I think the language is the best way. Your Yoruba, your Igbo, whatever language you speak, is the best way to codedly connect with your friends.
Like my best friend Juanita, if we want to say something in school and there are too many people around, we start speaking Yoruba. Like
even if it's broken Yoruba, they will understand what I'm saying.
And that's good because again, you're connecting with your culture. You're not letting it go because as time goes on, chances are that if you don't speak it always, you will lose it.
Yeah.
So let me give you a story. I was a teenager too a long time ago, and we used to go to church, choir practice. So I had this group of friends. I'm Delta, I'm Robo. So these other ladies, my friends, they are Isoko, so just Delta as well. And then when they're sisters, 3 of them. When there's something happening, maybe in church or among the choir girls, and they'll start speaking Isoko. And they'll be speaking, I'll be so pained that I can't even understand what they are saying. I can understand, but I can't speak the way, and they'll be speaking it like, oh, laugh. I'll be like, I can't speak this. So when I went back home, I started feeling the need to understand and speak my language because I didn't take it very seriously before. Again, when you're born in Lagos, you speak English. Not everybody speaks, everybody speaks like English is the basic language you speak in Lagos, even though it's a Yoruba, whatever state. But I remember growing up, we used to go to language class. What you have here, some time ago, the Nigerian community did the language class. So what they were doing here for kids, I did it as a child. My parents would send us to Urobo class in Lagos. Every Saturday we would go there. I will be learning basic things. And if I tell that today, there are things that I learned in that class that I can still remember. I can't forget because they wanted to keep, the language going. I understand my language very well, but just like you, I cannot speak very fluently, and that's why I try to make my kids, speak whichever one they are able to speak, whether it's Igbo, whether it's Urobo. My next question would be, how have you been able to handle peer pressure in this your young teenage years?
For me, the most important thing is the friends you keep.
Okay.
If you're keeping friends that will make you feel like, oh, if you don't go to this party, like whatever, you're in the world. But there are some people that I feel like if I go out with, I'll still be
cool.
I'll be cool with them because I know they will not pressure me to do whatever I'm not comfortable with because they know I'll cut them off. Like, I don't care, I'll cut you off there. Mm-hmm. There are so many people in the world. And with social media, I feel like I struggled with social media when I was a lot younger. Because when I came to Canada, I was just at that age where I could get my own phone. Mm-hmm. Like, I got my first phone in grade 7. And I really struggled with having a phone in grade 7, honestly. Because I was following so many people that were like, oh,
so which social media are you talking of? Facebook, Instagram, which one?
I had TikTok, Instagram,
TikTok.
Okay. But like when I first got in grade 7 and grade 8, my mom was still like checking my phone, obviously. And if I was struggling with anything, she just unfollowed them. And I feel like in grade 8, I actually went to my following list and unfollowed everybody that like made me feel insecure about myself or made me feel pressured to do something I was not comfortable with. And I'm really glad I did that. I feel like if I didn't do that, like have that realization in grade 8, I'd still be struggling more.
So you're not struggling currently with your what's it called, peer pressure with regards to social media and all that?
Currently not.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly, I can never tell you that I feel like at peace with myself with peer pressure. It could honestly be the littlest things. Like sometimes when I make like a little video, or if I see someone make a little video and I'm like, oh, I would like to do that. But then as I'm making the video, I'm like, oh, what are people gonna think? Or are they gonna like it? Are they gonna comment? And then I go like too deep into it and I overthink, and then I just end up putting it in a draft and then I don't do anything and I just forget about it. And I feel like the biggest peer pressure right now is drinking. Like, not saying that I'm doing it at this young age or I ever will, but like, it's like everyone's like, oh, this is the new thing, it's so cool, it's so that. But it's really not, because when you read about what it does to your body, it's really not cool. So I find it very,
so you mean at grade 11?
Yep. Like, majority of the people in my grade is just, they're heavy drinkers. And I don't know.
What do you mean drinkers? You mean alcohol?
Yeah.
Others?
Yeah.
Little substances, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I feel like it's a little weird. Like, because I know my mom's gonna see this video. I'm not considering drinking, okay? I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. Let's keep that in check. I'm not drinking.
Mommy, she's not drinking.
I've never drank before. I'm just saying, I find it a little hard because, I could be in like a little classroom and people are talking about, oh, let's go to this party. There's gonna be like booze and everything. And I'm like, that's not cool though. It's really not. Like, you're ruining your life thinking that, oh, you're having fun. It's really not. You're having that fun for a short period of time, but then the rest.
Would you say that is out of, you're saying it's not fun. Is it because of the values that your family values, or would you just say because I'm a Christian? Why is that not fun? Is it because you're black, you're an immigrant? Why is it not fun?
Because I know what it does to your body. Like, honestly, people will tell you, like, even when you drink it, it doesn't taste good. I generally don't know how people enjoy it. Like, I've never had it before, but like, I know from people that have had it and they've told me their experiences. Like, it really does not taste good and it's not fun. Like, it ruins your liver at a very, very young age. Like, they're not developed till what, like 25? So I think it's very weird for them to start like a couple years before they actually like get to that age. Like, it ruins your body.
Okay. Azarian, what do you think about that?
I never really
peer pressure in different formats, social media, drinking, smoking, vaping, and all that.
Personally, I never really had a problem with that. And I know people do, but me personally, not close enough to anybody for them to force me to do anything. Like, I have friends, everybody knows who I am, I'm close with all these people, but then if you come to ask me to do something, I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. And if you do tell me, I'm like, okay, sure, maybe. It's never like, oh, I will do this. I'm not close enough to anybody for them to force me to do anything. Social media, personally, if I see someone that's like, oh, this is how you should be, this is how you should act, and so I'm like, I don't want to do that. Nobody can force me to do anything but myself, right? If I see someone, oh, they look like this, they look really good, I'm like, I mean, yeah, they look really good, but would that look good on me? It's about me, and some might think, oh, that's narcissistic, but I don't care. It's my life. I live it.
So what would you say are your guiding principles in making these choices, these decisions that you have made? What are your guiding principles?
For me, I remember last year we had this conversation with our youth pastor about alcohol. He was like, he personally never did that, like throughout high school or anything. He knew people who did it, but he never did. And one thing he told us was, first wait until you're the legal age in the country we're in, because as Christians we're taught to follow the principles like certain placed by the law and also by the Bible. So he told us we should not even be thinking about that conversation until we're, in this country it's 19, right?
I think so, yeah.
Until we're 19. And also I went to this program with my school last year. I went to the hospital and they basically just showed us like how many people, like the effects of drinking and driving, and how many people have died due to that. And I was like, okay, this is not something I want to do. And I was honestly feeling a little bit pressured because there were more and more people drinking my grade when I was in grade 10.
Wow.
Like during that summer.
Yeah.
I
think that's where everything started.
From grade 10.
Yeah. Every single story I would look at, somebody was at a party, like throughout that whole summer. And I was just like feeling a little bit pressured, but I was like, I'm not gonna do this.
So would you advise to say that young people should not even go to these parties in the first place?
Yes.
No, I mean, I guess, like, if you feel like you can control yourself, then I say, yeah, go to the party.
So which grade 10 child can control themselves? How
the nerds, I guess, the smart ones.
So what would be the alternative to those parties?
Make your own.
What?
Have your own.
Have your own. So yeah,
Get a job.
Get a job.
Oh yeah. Get something that makes you busy.
So, but at what age do you get a job? Are you allowed to get a job?
16.
No, 14.
Really?
Legally.
Legally?
most
Really?
Yeah. But most places will hire you until you're 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Most places won't hire until you're 16. Excuse me. So now we're talking about you not going to places where they will influence you to want to drink. Sometimes some people say, I just want to try it. Let me just try. And from trying it, it leads to another thing. But you have to create spaces for people to have alternative to parties that they do all this stuff.
Yeah.
So as young people, how have you been able to create these spaces? How do you help yourselves? Create spaces where when you get yourselves together, when you say, okay, I'm going to Zion's house, for example. You tell your parents, I'm going to Zion's house, for example. Your parents know that, okay, Zion's place is not one place where they are going to drink, because your parents know Zion's parents or know who Zion is and knows what is expected of Zion. And when you get there, even though nobody is perfect, right? And then you get there, how would you create a space for you guys to have fun and not seemingly feel left out of these other kind of parties that they do, all this other wrong stuff? How do you create that kind of space?
I say do what makes you happy. Like, you don't, like, even if you try to be like them and then at the process you trying to be like them, you're gonna realize you don't like what you're doing. This is not you. So I just say be happy. Like, look for fun games to play, watch a movie, do karaoke. Like, you don't necessarily have to have the same thing they're doing because it's not good. Yeah.
So you can hook up with yourselves. We're going for a movie.
Yeah.
We want to have games nights in my house. Come with something and then you have fun. And you're able to, you know that some of these things will not be at your party. In fact, they will not be there. Things like vaping and all that should not be there. And you are able to build relationships, build communication, get different perspective to life with your own friends, with your own. So you're creating your own fun. You're creating your own fun, right? And it makes a lot of sense, because if you look at what is happening today with the young people, I'm so shocked now you're saying grade 10 smoking. I didn't even think, I was still looking at grade 12.
Some people start younger than that.
It's
So
so
it's crazy. Yeah.
Grade 7, grade
Yeah.
8.
I've seen people vaping since grade 7.
Yeah.
They mostly start weed grade 8, grade 9.
So when you say people, even people of your heritage,
yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about most of the black people I'm friends with, absolutely not.
No.
But the black people I'm not friends with, I've definitely.
There's been some people,
Yeah.
some people for sure.
It's a majority white kids for sure, because black people, their parents, put a expectation on them, all that. But that doesn't mean that they're fully cut off from peer pressure. They can still be affected by that. So absolutely, there's still black people that smoke. Most of it is mostly white kids, I'd have to say.
okay, so I believe that at this point, let's talk about. Thank you for sharing this. They're very deep, really. You're moving into. Okay, before we go into that, what you talked about parents, right? The expectations your parents put on you. So I want to ask a question. I want to ask it the way I wrote it down so I don't forget. Do you think teenagers are misunderstood by parents or adults?
Absolutely.
Why or why not?
Me? Okay, absolutely.
You are misunderstood?
Yeah.
Okay.
My reason is, my way of thinking is, you didn't grow up in this part of the world. Where you're from, the expectations of being a teenager is different.
Yeah.
Right? At this age, you're expected, do your YF, do this, you're leaving, you're gonna go bigger places. Right now, we're still technically being coddled. We're in high school, we get to find ourselves. So, I'm still going through some experience you might have not experienced, right? Right now, there's a huge problem with drugs, all that, at my age. Did you have a problem with that? Like a massive problem? No. Peer pressure, let's go smoke a cigarette, let's go drink. Now, there's so many things you could do like that. And the people you're surrounded with. I'm not surrounded by people of my heritage, people that understand me like that. I'm surrounded by white people. They don't know anything about where I'm from. And the only way they know is through me. I'll tell them. And even sometimes I'm wrong, because I didn't stay there that long. So they don't have that best of an understanding of who I am as a person and where I'm from. But when you guys were teenagers, we're surrounded by those people. So it could be a little different.
True perspective.
that's really
a very good.
damn.
Zach, can you say that again?
Damn.
That's really like wow.
You really hit the nail, dude.
You did.
Wow.
So can you say that again, please?
Well, let me shorten it because that was a little long. But
Yeah.
the differences are experiences, the people you're surrounded with, and generally what is going on in that time period of when you're growing up. That's pretty much it.
Wow, that's very interesting. That's powerful.
For me, I feel like I've definitely been misunderstood about some things. But like after we talk about it, there's usually a solution. And I feel like that's honestly a key part. I feel like when I was being misunderstood about some things, I was just being too scared to like actually voice out my opinions. But at the same time, I'm realizing I'm getting older. Like this is the age where I'm like, I have to say how I'm feeling, because nobody's gonna say it for me. That's
Wow.
I mean, Zion said it. Like I feel like it's because of where we grew up, and like it's different from where you and our parents grew up, and you feel like, oh, this is exactly how you want it. This is exactly how they want me to grow up. Like honestly, I get misunderstood a lot by my parents. And like Eunice is saying, like this is the age where we actually have to speak up and say things. Like honestly, if I'm looking back, like I immediately in grade 9 would be so shocked of how I'm living right now, because there's certain things that my parent would never let me do, and like I thought they would never let me do it in like a million years. That they're like, they're open to the idea they're like okay with it as long as that they know that I'm safe and I'm happy where I am.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here on behalf of your parents. Yeah.
Don't watch yourself.
What?
My mom, don't watch yourself.
So, because I asked that question, a lot of parents have problems with their teenagers, and they're like, these teenagers, they're not hearing me, and for some of us, we came a long way to where we are, and a lot of parents will tell you, I came here because of my kids. Have you heard that before?
Yes.
And then we even use it to punish you. Say, do you know what it took to bring you here and all that? And that's because every parent wants the best for their child. Every parent. Now the best is relative, based on your background, based on what you do and all that, where you're from, your exposure. Some parents are so lenient and their teenagers have it good. But you have been able to share with us today on set that your age group, your age mates are doing things that you cannot even dare do. Not because there's no freedom to do it. There's freedom to do it. You're here. This world is a free world. But because you have an upbringing that is different from them, and what they are doing is wrong and is destructive, and how do you know it is destructive? Okay, apart from the fact that health-wise, you have all those health challenges, but you already have a value, a foundation where your parents say, no, you can't even dare this. Even if the parents don't know how destructive that is, but they'll say, this is not our value, this is not who we are, this is not who we are, so you don't even go there. Even if they cannot explain to you, they don't just want you to be among that crowd. But you yourselves have said here today that these people are doing all this. We don't do that. I cannot even do that. I cannot be pressured into doing all this stuff because your parents have passed down to you knowledge that makes you know what is right from what is wrong. Now, looking at, we live in different worlds, because the question is, are you often misunderstood? Yes. Misunderstood. Do you know that the parents too are trying to understand the whole system? They have never lived abroad before. For most parents, right? They've never lived abroad before. There are consequences. All we know is when you do this, is either your child is going to jail or you are the one, the child is going to be taken from you, and you don't want to go through all that. So somehow in the discussion of, I already do this, and you're trying to talk back to say, no, mommy, that is not how it is. They say, you're talking back at me. They're trying to help you see from their own perspective why you shouldn't do what you're doing, why you shouldn't behave this way. They are helping you see. Remember, they also have to learn, unlearn, and relearn things. They need to learn how to raise up teenagers to be responsible children in the city, in the society, right? Thank you so much once again for sharing your perspective. It's been very, very interesting, very inspiring, and I'm proud of you guys. Your knowledge, your head is up there. It's really, really up there. I'm really proud of you guys. And so we're looking at your faith. Let's talk about faith, Elise. I know you are Christians. So how does your faith influence your views on friendship, academics, relationship? Are you in a relationship? Are you anybody in a relationship? Any boyfriend hanging all over the place? Any girlfriend? Yeah, mommies?
Yes!
I'm not
Don't joke. Don't kill.
Alright. Well, whether you're joking, whether you're not joking, we will know. So how committed are you, and how has your faith in God? I'm not talking of religion. I'm talking of your faith. as a Christian? How has it influenced your relationship, people, friendship, your activities, things that you do?
I was raised on faith mainly, right, by my grandma and my mom, because that's who I was with most of the time I was growing up. And it changed who I hung out with, because if I see you and I know that you're not the best person to be like close friends with, I won't be close friends with you. Like, I'll talk to you, I'll engage with you. But if it's to share common interests, to go do things together, I'm not gonna be that close to you. Simply because I've been raised on that belief, like, oh, if bad people are doing bad things, they want other people to come join them. Bad people attract more bad people. And if you're not a bad person, they'll turn you into
Clack it.
I mean,
It's making sense.
yeah, it really is.
But like, that's just it. I don't want to be too close to someone that would do bad things, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna like distance myself from that person. That's DTM. That's doing too much.
Okay, doing too much.
It's a thing. DTM.
Doing too much. You see, just flying now over my head. Do too much.
I know that.
I knew you were gonna miss that. That's why I had to repeat.
Oh my God! Really?
DTM is a thing, guys.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
All right, let's hear from you.
For me, I feel like growing up, my faith had always been pretty dependent on my parents. But I reached a part in my faith where I was like, okay, it's not because my parents said I'll get into heaven.
Yeah.
Like, I actually have to lock in by myself with God and actually start reading my Bible and having conversations about God with the people I hang out with. And if I notice someone is like saying things that goes like completely like opposite, honestly, about everything I know as a Christian, I just don't. I try not to become too close to them. Like, I'll obviously still be friends with them if they have like good morals and everything. Like, I'm just not gonna shut somebody off because they don't believe in God. I'm always gonna ask my friends. I'm gonna talk about God with them. I don't care. I'm gonna invite you to you every single Friday. I'm gonna tell you about overflow. I'm gonna tell you everything I can about God, because I don't want my friends to. I want my friends to have a relationship with God as well. And what's one thing that's not? Can't remember.
Okay. I mean, they pretty much said it all. Like, I honestly wouldn't shut you out if you weren't a Christian. I would honestly try to invite you into like my everyday life, and to make sure that God is also a part of your life, because it's very, very important that you have a relationship with Jesus. Like, that's the gateway to be able to get to heaven and everything. And I feel like, honestly, I feel like people, when you say that you're a Christian, they see like your life is perfect, and you're at that stage where everything's going okay for you. But like, even as a Christian, the devil will still try to test you every freaking time, and you have to make sure your faith is like, like it's very, very strong that you won't even notice like the devil try to like your life.
So sorry to cut you. How do you build your faith? How do you maintain
everything,
your walk with God, your faith in God? How do you do that?
When you read the Bible, you have to make sure that you actually understand what you're reading, right? And like, sometimes when people try to test my patience a little bit, I just quote little Bible verses, and I'm like, I'm a child of God, I don't want to beat anyone up, and then I try to walk away from it,
Up before.
Auntie Joy, don't worry, let's keep it a buck. But yeah, I just try to like remember what you're doing, remember who's always watching you. And remember that as a child of God, you shouldn't be doing that. Even if everybody else is doing it, doesn't mean you should also do it. It doesn't mean you should, you should join them. Like, everyone has a different covenant with God, and where they all stand with God. Like, if that person is drinking or that person is doing that, and they're still a Christian, they know what they have with God, that that makes them feel like that's okay. Doesn't mean you should also do it. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I kind of understand what you want to say.
Okay, and I remember what I was going to say. So, friendship wise, I'd be friends with someone like not a Christian, but I would not be in a relationship like with like a man if they're not a Christian, because I feel like that's where I just draw the line. Because if I'm getting into a relationship with someone, it's obvious because I want to marry that person.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting married to someone that does not share that particular faith with me.
Okay.
Honestly,
I understand that. So, are you engaged? Because we're talking about faith now. Are you engaging in conversations around marriage, building lasting relationships with opposite sex? Have you started engaging or talking about all that?
I feel like not seriously right now.
Okay.
But I know that's like my thing, which is honestly one of the reasons I feel like I've not been in a long-term relationship. Because I'm at the same time we're still kids, we're still teenagers. Like I'm not getting married next year, obviously. So I feel like what's the point of getting into a serious committed relationship?
So would you say you know who you're looking for in marriage? You know what you're looking for in a life partner?
Sure.
So can I have a glimpse into that?
They have to be patient. They have to be. What's the love is patience, love is kind.
First Corinthians.
Yeah, they have to have all of those qualities.
And if they don't have, if they have just 9, they have 5 and don't have the others.
I feel like you can't have one and not have the other, because they all tie. I mean, forgiveness honestly can be hard, but I can't be with someone that's not forgiving. Because in a relationship, we're gonna have arguments, we're gonna have disagreements about certain things, and if you can't take the time of the day to like be forgiving in that aspect, I can't. If you're another one, joy. If you can't have joy, you can't have peace. So I can't be in a relationship so I cannot be happy at all. And yeah.
Okay. Zion, I'd like to know your perspective about this.
Personally, it's gonna sound weird, but I don't really know what I want in a person. Like obviously I want like the basic things. I want them to be nice, smart, caring, good looking. But all those specifics, planning them out now is like, I don't know, I feel like that'll set my expectations to a point where I can't like bring them down again. But there's leniency. People change, right? The person I want to like have a committed relationship with, I want them to be able to understand me, but also that they change as I change, and I'll change with them, and we can just have that flow. So I can't just say, oh, I want them to be this, this, and this, because I'm not even 100% sure that when we get to that point, I'm still gonna be like how I am now. So I feel like it's better if I just don't get.
Okay, so I would like to ask, are your parents talking to you about relationships now? Have you started getting into it?
I've had one conversation with my mom about it, but like it's just about like the little stuff, like you should be careful, don't let a boy pressure you into doing something that you're not comfortable with, like the regular stuff, the basic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about it, but not to like a huge extent. They again told me the basic things. Don't let them have like full control over like your emotions. You're still a person at the end of the day, but they're also their own person.
Okay, so would you say your parents are doing enough to enlighten you, educate you about relationships?
No.
They are not? Is it their own fault or your own fault?
I don't think anybody's at fault in this case.
I think it's both ways. I think we're both at fault. I still find it a little hard to talk to my parents about
like maybe you have something, you like someone.
Exactly, and I find it a little difficult to just have that conversation with them. Like especially my mom. Like if I say, "Oh, this boy is kind of like this," or "That boy is kind of like that," she looks at me a certain way. She's like, "This is not what I send you to because God do." I know it's gonna have to chase boys, blah blah blah. But it's like we're actually, it's getting real. Like
getting real.
You gotta clutch up. You gotta have these conversations with me. But like, I feel like it's both ways. Like we're both at fault. I feel like that way.
Oh, what do you think about it?
See, I feel like my situation's a little bit different.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. But like when my mom was alive,
your sister. What about with your sister?
She doesn't care. She just said she'll listen about relationships.
Okay.
Because she knows like right now I'm obviously not ready for anything serious. Because so I don't have the time for that.
Yeah. So because you're not ready does not mean it will not happen.
Yeah.
Right. So. Anyway, what I was looking at also is where are the places where you can get grounded in your faith as well as in all these other matters. You go to AWI for your social whatever, you go to junior youth, is that what you go? Senior high.
Yeah.
Where do you go to for Okay, you go to JYC. You all go to JYC as well, but you haven't been in a while.
Really?
You just
Get out of here. Yeah, get out of
And I
here.
had a job. Man, I was working every Saturday.
But I think it's one place that you should, before you go to school, before you finish your whatever, you should get back to. Yeah, you should get back to, before the year runs out, because there are a lot of things that you need to know before you totally phase out from JYC. So I'm looking at how you guys are able to equip yourself with knowledge about these situations, and you can find it in church. You being committed to church and all the various activities that the church provides, very, very key. You have all this, your other TAF, Tribal African Families, that does youth programs, AWY that does youth programs as well. All these organizations that helps you to understand life as it should be, especially as immigrants. You develop different kinds of skills, knowledge, and all that. But your faith is very, very important. Your faith is very, very important. And because, again, the churches don't do a lot of talking about relationships and all that. But it is one place where you can find people who have like minds with you. It's one place you can find people. Not everybody will be all spiritual and all that in the church. But it is definitely a place where you find somebody who is a Christian, who is born again, who will have the kind of values that you are looking out for. It is definitely somewhere you will find, So it's good to rightly position yourself. Because you're not ready does not mean it's. What if you find somebody that is ready to marry you and give you the good baby girl life? Anyway, I was just joking. What I'm trying to say is that you need to avail yourself to programs that will help you know more about where you are now, the phase where you are now, the next phase of your life where you're getting into. Just like you're in school, you're going to be taking courses and programs that will be related to what you want to study. You're not going to be doing science when you are looking at being in the bank, right? You are going to be aligning yourself to where your interests is going to be, right? So that's why I said that. Don't say, oh, good, you're reading your Bible at home. You need to also get to a group of people that can find you accountable. You can say, oh, I'm good, I'm well planned, I'm organized, but what if you find yourself, what if you fail? Do you have somebody who will hold you to say, oh, don't worry, let's get back, let's do this, get back on track, encourage you to get on, to keep going when you feel like I don't feel like this church thing anymore. This person in church hurt me. This person said this about me. I don't even want to see this person again. Do you know that you need people to help you through those kind of phases? Do you know, even us as parents, we find ourselves, we get hurt by our friends. And we are like, what do we do? Do we throw them away? Because we have friends, and then the children, our friends, our kids are friends too, so they become friends. The parents are friends, the kids are friends, and then maybe one parent hurts the other parent. You say your child should not play with your friends' kids because you people have an issue. You don't do all that, because that is where maturity comes in. You're now knowing your likes, your dislikes, the things that hurt you. You talk about forgiveness, how to forgive and move on, how to understand, how to be graceful in certain areas. Maybe somebody says something and you're like, oh, but that's not what he meant. So you're showing grace, you're showing love, you're showing care. Sometimes some people, even as parents, we feel depressed, we feel sad. We don't have our friends here. The friends that we have are the friends that's right. But you people came in, you started growing with friends, right? But we have to, we are adults, we have formed our mindsets, we have our own thing going, we have gone to high school, we have gone to university, we are working, and then we are made to come here, and we have to start building relationships. And it takes time to build relationship that you can say, oh, this person is my person. So we go through all those challenges all as well. We go through disappointments, and we go to, sometimes you have problems, you don't know who to talk to. You're like, I don't know where this will come from. If I go to come, whether my matter will be out on the streets. So we go through all that. And the same way, you need to form bonds with people who you can grow with, who can help you through tough times of life, because they will come. And the best time to build those kind of friendship is this your high school. This your high school age. University is not even that, because how many years university you are done? 4 years you are done. But high school, you have 6 whole years, right? That's middle school into high school. 6 whole years to form good relationships. And that's why you hear people go back to their high school group. Like I belong to my high school WhatsApp group, FGC Abloma. I belong to that group. 6 years. I have friends that are there. Some of them I've not seen them over 30 years. But I can say these are my friends because we lived together for 6 years. We formed that bond, we formed that relationship. They may have gone, everybody has gone to different things, but we are together and we understand all that. So it's good to build those relationships now. Whether you're building with opposite sex, just have sense, like you said, have sense, right? But I also encourage parents to start talking to their teenagers. Even before now, start talking to your teenagers about relationships. Don't wait until they bring somebody over and say, is this who I trained you to? No! Start talking to them. Don't assume that they know. Give them a blueprint, and that's why family value is very, very important. What are the family values? What do your family hold dear? What are the things that are no? I can tell you one in my own family. In my own family, men don't wear earrings. That is my father's law.
Okay.
That is my father's law. So, if you look at 8 of us kids, we have 3 boys in my family. None of them. That is not because they don't want to, but it is already a standard, whatever. It is not a question of whether there is sin or there is no sin. My parents weren't that Jim Christians, but they were Christians, right? And they had those values. So some of those things help us. For some people, like I don't know any black family that they will say, go ahead and look at you. I don't know. So if you are thinking of it, let me help your mother to amplify it very, very well. Anyway, so let's talk. Finally, thank you so much. You see that this discussion is just going here and going there, but I believe you're learning, a thing or two in what we are saying, and I'm also learning. I've learned a lot from you guys. I've learned a lot. So as we round up, I think I have just one more question. What are your future priorities? What are you looking at? We talked about school. So next year, grade 12, what are you going to? What are you studying? What are you going to do? Don't tell me that you don't know what you are thinking. I don't know.
Yeah. You guys want to start?
Let me start first because my validation. The most important thing for me is I know I want to work in healthcare. Preferably with children will be my ultimate goal, but it's not a requirement. I just like working with kids. And are we going to ask about university or?
Yeah, you can tell me what university you want to go to, what you think. It doesn't have to be so cast in stone. It's not cast in stone. Just idea of what you want to, what you're thinking you'd like to go into in the nearest future.
Either pharmacy or if I wanted to become a pharmacist, that's people know that issue. And for pediatrician, I just need to get my 4 years of undergrad and then just go to medical school after.
Okay.
I don't know what university I want to go to specifically, but I want to be an architect or an architectural engineer, but something to do in that field for sure.
Okay. Is it not your time to start thinking of that? When does the school tell you? When are you supposed to? This is grade 12, grade 11. You need to know where you want to go.
For sure.
Okay, so you're thinking about that.
Yes.
Not that you just don't know, you are not thinking about it. You're working on
It's just
it.
OSAP.
Okay. We'll talk about the OSAP matter, yeah?
I want to say the main. Wait 1 second. The main like goal is to be a judge, right? But obviously, to be able to get there, you gotta be a lawyer. You gotta be a lawyer. So I want to be a family lawyer / a real estate lawyer. And what's it called? I'm gonna do my 4 years in probably Brock University or University of Ottawa. And then after, then I'm gonna go to law school, do a little bit of articling, and then I'll join a firm. And I want to low-key come back to Sudbury to be a lawyer, because I know that if you live in a small city, you have an opportunity to do like different kind of like lawyers. But if you're in a big city, you really have an opportunity to do one. So yeah, that's kind of my plan.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I told you 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you wrote something about law. I still have the paper and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to have it with me for a very, very long time.
Okay.
So it's good to start thinking about these things. It's good. Don't feel pressured, but just have it in mind that this is the year. Your grade 11 is the main year. Yeah. And then you need to get your stuff together, get your face, build yourself for the world out there. All right?
Yeah.
So, having said all that, is there anything you want to advise your younger ones? Because you're not the senior, grade 10, 11, grade 10, 9, 8, grade 7, sitting over there. Are there things you would like to share with our audience, with our viewers? Some unique things that would help them. Even you can talk to us parents, because it's true perspective. We are learning from you. Tell us, is there anything you want us parents to do more that we are not doing
For
anymore?
sure. It's a long list.
It's a long list. Oh my God. All right, let's start from Zion, please.
One thing that it's really weighing on my mind. Do as much as you can. Like everything you can, do it. Because when you get older, there's not gonna be opportunities. Right? Personally, one big thing is sports. I want to do sports. I love sports.
Yeah, I wanted to say
huge part of my life. But something that scares me, I'm gonna go into adulthood. I'm gonna go work. I'm not gonna have time to do that. I'm gonna get a dad bod. I'm gonna be fat. I'm gonna have to go to the gym. But that's not sports. It's different. So I'm saying, do as much as you can while you can. That's all.
Thank you so much, Zion. I didn't ask you. I know you do activities. You do sports. You do football.
Soccer, football.
So what do you do?
Currently, I don't do anything. That hurts.
No, but you play soccer.
On the Saturdays, but I don't know.
Why?
I want competition. That's like rec league. It's rec
what?
league. It's rec league, recreational.
Oh, just for fun, really?
Yeah, just for fun. Like I used to do.
For GSSE, they have competitive though.
Yeah, but it's expensive.
Oh, it is really expensive. It's like $1,000 a year.
Okay, so Eunice, what do you do for fun?
Basketball, but I'm going back to the gym.
You're going to the gym, like gym or other.
Okay.
Okay.
Lisa gonna be 6'4".
Alright.
I play soccer. I play flag football, tackle football, basketball. I'm thinking of playing badminton this year.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
So you play badminton? That's my favorite sport.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
It's like something I want to try this year, because like we're in grade 11 and grade 12 is not really gonna be that much time, so I really want to make sure like I play as much as I can.
Yeah, you should. Maybe during summer, if you have time, you can come up and play. Even I play with Jason.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring it on.
Badminton is my favorite. So let's go back to, please advise us. Have you started taking public transport?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You? No. Okay.
I'm still a baby.
So are you going to be doing it soon?
I hope so.
Hope so. Okay. Do you like it?
It's my really way. It's my
really
main way of transportation. So if you want to leave the house,
You?
There's different experiences every day.
Yeah. So now you appreciate your parents driving you all around.
For sure. There's different experiences every day. Cause there's one time I missed my bus and I was running up and down. Crazy person. Hey. No, it's not funny.
So now you know your bus routes, you know where you're going to, you know how to use the Google Map to check.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Interesting. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my main advice is, while in high school, don't feel embarrassed about pretty much anything, because this is your time to honestly make mistakes. Like the people you're seeing right now in high school, you're not gonna see them in the future, and this is the time to actually discover who you are. So make as much mistakes as you had. Don't. I feel like for most of my time in high school, I was so embarrassed to do all the things I thought was fun because I was just scared of like people would be judging me and everything. And I honestly wish I made those mistakes, because now is the age I don't want to be making those mistakes, because I'm almost 18. I can.
You're just 17.
You're so old.
Like, bro, you just chill.
You're almost old.
Chill.
You're so old.
Oh my gosh.
All right, nice. Thank you for that.
My biggest advice for like, you know, the younger kids is never, ever, 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 and I mean this, like never, ever, ever feel like you're ever too much for somebody. Always be yourself. If you're that loud, energetic person, be that loud, energetic person. If you're mean, change it up a little bit. Don't be mean. That's not good, okay? Make sure you know that this is you. Like, stay true to yourself. Don't ever feel like you're ever too much for anybody. Make sure that you're you at all times. And for the parents, please listen to your kids. Try to understand them. You know, like, I get that y'all haven't really, like, what's it called? You don't understand the world that we're living in. We've never been in your position that you're living in. So try to meet halfway and try to understand your kids. Specifically me. Yeah.
Zion, what do you have for the parents?
Your perspective is your perspective. Your kids have their own perspective. While they're young and a little inexperienced, because you know they haven't lived, they still have ideas and thoughts and feelings, and you have to try and respect that, because they might be your kids, but they're still their own person. It's their life, and that's all I can honestly say. But also for the kids, like the parents, they haven't like lived multiple lifetimes. They're trying their best, so you know, try your best to. It's a two-way street. You can't force the blame on someone.
All right. Wow. According to our people, you guys are just the best, and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of the things that you have said, the opportunity to be able to say into your mind by what you have said, you know, looking into you, and I know that you have a great future ahead of you. I know that, you may say you don't know where you're going to, but I know you know where you want to end up, and that's the most important thing, right? You know where you want to be. And you keep those thoughts, keep those things in your mind, and keep focused. And every child is every parent's joy, right? Now, when you become outstanding, when you do excellent things, you become the community's pride.
Yes.
You become the nation's pride. So it's not only your parents that give birth to you. When you do well, it's everybody. But when you don't do well, it's only your parents that own you. And we don't want just your parents to own you, right? We want to be proud of you. And I'm really proud of you. I'm blessed to know you guys. I know that there's still another set of teenagers that will still come and share more things. But just to say thank you so much. And I would say to our viewers, let's keep praying for these young ones. Let's keep staying inspired, motivated, and empowered on True Perspective. Till I see you next time, everybody say bye.